Hi children, hope you are alright. Now class 7, we have the organization in living things today. Lecture 3 for animal tissue. In the beginning, the first lecture, I have discussed about the introduction and the levels of organization. In chapter 2, in the lecture 2, we have discussed about the plant tissues. Now we have to discuss about the animal tissues. Like plants, animals have the tissues in their body in different kinds, and they act accordingly. As you know, the tissues are a similar group of cells and they function a particular work, right? So we have the animal tissues. They are according to their functions. There are 4 types, structures and size. There are 4 types. Animal tissues are of 4 types. There are 4 types. Number 1, the epithelial tissue. Number 1, now, epithelial tissue, these are the tissues who are very thin walled, and most of the time they work as a packaging of the different organs. That means we have in our mouth, there is a skin and the inner lining. In between, the tissues present are epithelial tissues. The lining of the internal organs, they are made up of epithelial tissues. These epithelial tissues consist of single layer of cells. All cells are not on the basement membrane and extremely thin, effective as secretory or absorptive surface, but not as the protective one. They cannot give the protection. Well, we have divided the epithelial tissue in the following ways. The epithelial tissues, according to the shape, are number 1, squamous epithelium. Squamous epithelium. The squamous epithelium, the cells are thin, irregular, flat. They are found in the inner wall or ducts of the blood vessels, epidermis, that is the skin, and they protect this from the injury, germs, and if there is any chemical which can harm the cells, that can be true. Second one is columnar epithelium. The cells of these tissues are taller than the broader. That means they are broad, not taller. And they are arranged side by side like the columns. You know, as the columns we do the columns like that, they are arranged. That is why they are columnar epithelium. And they are found in intestine, stomach, pharynx, and larynx. One is food pipe and another is pipe through which the air goes in. So larynx and pharynx. Third one is the cuboidal epithelium. Cuboidal epithelium. Now you see, cuboid is a structure, length, breadth and height are different. This is the cuboid. You see the duster or a thick book is all cuboidal. So that is the cuboidal structure, and these are found and they are equal height, width and centrally placed. They are found in the salivary glands, thyroid gland, kidney and pancreas and liver. They are called cuboidal epithelium. Now, there is another epithelial that is ciliated epithelium or ciliated epithelial cells. In ciliated epithelial cells, the nucleus over is here, and you see there are cilia-like structures over there. Cilia-like structures are present. That is ciliated epithelium. There are ciliated epithelium is there. And the cells of this tissue have hair-like outgrowths. These are the hair-like outgrowths come out. That is ciliated epithelium. The cells may be columnar or cuboidal type. That is columnar, and the cuboidal type may be like this, equal and all. That may be cuboidal. But whatever it is, whether cuboidal or columnar, the cilia will be there, and so there is ciliated epithelium. And the tissue is found in the trachea, oviduct, and the kidney. You know the kidney, the oviduct is present in the female reproductive organ, and also the trachea, the airway. And here they help in the respiratory tract, pushing away the mucus and air. So that goes to the trachea, to the lungs. The tissue also lines the lumen of the uterine tube, where bacteria of cilia generate, beating of cilia generate the currents by which the egg cells move towards the uterus. Egg cells move towards the uterus. That is why they walk. Now, functions of epithelial tissues. Functions of epithelial tissues. Functions. Now, what are the functions? Number one, protection. Number one, protection of the inner lining, makes the inner lining of the organs. Like you see, inside the mouth there are fine linings there. That is the inner lining of that. And enhance the processes. Number two, enhance the processes. Enhance live processes. Any are such processes? Live processes. And number three, the secretion. And number four, absorption. Secretion of different kinds of enzymes and absorption of the food and itself. So this is all about the epithelial tissue. Now we come to the second part, which is known as, well, we have, after the epithelial tissue, we have the connective tissue. The connective tissue is present between different tissues and organs. Number two, it can be seen in and around the body organs. Number three, the skeletal tissue is present in the bone and cartilage. Bone is the hard tissue and cartilage is soft and flexible, but they are connective tissue. Next is the fluid connective tissue is present and found throughout the body. Now let us discuss about the connective tissue. The name says the tissue that connects the whole body together is known as the connective tissue. First type is, and its function is, it binds. Number two, the packaging of the different types of organs and the making a sheath is present there. And it protects the wound and injury. Number four, it stores fat and insulates. Number five, support as framework. Framework, you know, you have a framework which is known as the skeleton. That is made up of the connective tissue. Well, we have this tissue produces blood and it builds the immunity in the body. So we come to the proper connective tissue right now. It contains different parts, connects different parts of the body that I have already explained. Now, we have come after this to loose connective tissue. Areolar connective tissue. First one is areolar connective tissue. It is widely distributed in animal bodies, fills the space between the different organs and gives supports. And it acts as packaging material for the organs. It acts as the packaging material for the organs. So it acts as the packaging material for the organs. Follow it. Now we have yellow fibrous tissue, and this tissue present in the ligaments and the walls of the arteries, and it has high strength and but limited flexibility. Now this ligament, you know, it's a specialized function of joining bone to bone. You see your arm, this is a part of bone, another is this is a part of bone. So these two are joined by a strip of muscle which is known as ligament. Here also you find in your knee and all, the ligaments are there. So ligaments join bones to bone, and another one you will get later on which is known as tendon. Tendon joins bones to muscles. Bones to muscles. So ligament, bones to bone, and tendon, bones to muscles. We have white fibrous tissue which is found in the tendons that I have explained just now. That is white fibrous tissue. Next is adipose connective tissue. Now what is adipose connective tissue? This tissue is oval or round and is filled with oil. And this is found in elbow, skin, and also around the internal organs as kidney, heart, and eyeballs. Its function is to store energy in the form of fat and keep the body warm. It gives the cushioning and protects padding around the organs and acts as the shock absorber. You know, there is another shock absorber, the fluids that is present in the brain. If some injury comes over here, small injury, the fluid absorbs it and brain is never hampered. But if there is a very high injury, the fluids cannot withstand it, then there is an injury in the brain, and that is fatal for the human beings. But it also forms an air insulating layer and prevents the heat loss from the body. Now if the heat is lost from the body, what will happen? Definitely the organism, that means the human beings will die. Okay. Well, you have the pictures given in your book of areolar connective tissue and adipose connective tissue. Please go through this. Now dense connective tissue. After loose connective tissue, we have dense connective tissue, and that is number one is for tendon. They are found in the thick bundles of collagen fibers, and this running parallel to each other. The fibers known as the fibrocytes are arranged in network in rows around side, and the collagen gives strong flexible strength. Tendons join skeletal muscles to the bone. So muscle to bone, tendons, muscle to bone. When you come into the ligaments, I told you they join the bones to bone, and they have a loose network of irregularly arranged yellow elastic fibers. And some collagen fibers are also there, the ligaments connect bones to bone. And then we move to the supportive connective tissue or the skeletal tissue. Now you know, as I have already been explaining, the connective tissue is the tissue which connects the whole body. Now you see the skeleton connects also. The skeleton has the different parts. They are in the adult human beings. There are 206 bones. And when you are a baby, just born baby, you have 355 bones, because that time it was not fused. They remain loose and in cartilaginous stage. Later on, as we grow, they fuse this together. Thus the number is reduced. So we have, as an adult, 206 bones, and that is a framework of the skeleton. Well, we have the cartilages also. They are young bones. They are flexible young bones, are known as the cartilage. And they have these fluid filled spaces in that, which is known as the lacunae. There are many, so lacuna and lacunae is the plural. When you come to the bone, the cells are called the osteocytes, and they are composed of the calcium, phosphorus, and magnesium. They make the bone hard and strong. The transverse section of the bone, we can see the central canal, Herbacean canal, etc. And we have a hollow cavity which is filled with the materials called bone marrow. And these bone marrow in the long bones, especially thigh bone and the humerus, they are long bones and they are filled with bone marrow. And this bone marrow is responsible for producing the blood. That means the RBC, red blood cells. And which, you know, the red blood cells are responsible for carrying the digested food materials to every cells. And they are very small, so they can move through any kind of fine capillaries. And they are biconcave. And if you have only one drop of blood, there are 5 million RBCs that are there. So they are very small, so arteries are also very small to allow them to move, but they are very much required because they supply all the raw materials for the energy to the different cells, and that is the work of that. Well, there is a difference between the cartilage. Cartilage is soft, elastic and flexible. Bone is tough, rigid and inelastic. Number 2 point, it does not have the depositions of the calcium and phosphorus in the cartilage. And in bones it contains the deposition of the calcium and phosphorus. Number 3, the cartilage, it lacks Herbacean canal, while number 3, a long bone has a number of Herbacean canal systems. And number 4, the cartilage, its matrix lacks blood vessels, while the matrix has a network of the blood vessels in bones. We have the functions of bones. Main function is support, protection, movement, mineral storage, and blood production. That means the production of the blood cells. That is the function of the. Well, we come to the fluid connective tissue as blood. Now to define blood, blood is a fluid or liquid connective tissue which connects all parts of the body. And on the other hand, there is a definition for the blood. Blood is a cell. Without cell, it does not have a cell. But as a tissue, why it is a tissue? Why blood is a tissue? Because it has the liquid plasma and the corpuscles like RBC, WBC, and the platelets. So these are the contents of the blood, and thus it is now called a tissue, and the fluid tissue. And blood is composition of plasma, forms cell elements, the erythrocytes or RBC, leukocytes or WBC, and blood platelets. Number 1, erythrocytes, RBC, I told you. They carry the digested food and oxygen to all parts of the body to produce the energy. Number 2, leukocytes and WBC, they form the immunity of the cell. Now, you know, right now there is a virus which is causing a lot of death and outbreaks throughout the world, which is known as COVID-19. Now you see, if the WBC is very strong, because it has the power of phagocytosis which can catch, engulf and kill the germs. So if somehow it can be increased, the strength of the immunity of the WBC or white blood corpuscles, then that can be fight out. The days to come we will see that, but WBC produces the immunity. And platelets, they cause the clotting of the blood in the body. Well, the leukocytes of WBC is divided into granulocytes and agranulocytes. And granulocytes is forming eosinophil, which causes the various kinds of diseases and balance of the body. Basophils, neutrophils, and agranulocytes makes the monocytes and the lymphocytes. Lymphocytes, you see, there is another kind of fluid is there in the body, another transport system is there. not only circulatory system of blood. There is the lymphatic system is also there. So that is the circulation. Now this is all about your connective tissue. Then we come to the muscular tissue. Now muscular tissue, there are fibrous tissue, and there are three types: unstraightened, straightened, and guarded. Unstraightened. Well, we have now the connective tissue, muscular tissue is there. You know, in the human body there are lots of muscles are there, and these muscles coordinate with the bones to provide the movement. The muscles are of three types. There are unstraightened muscles, straightened muscles, and cardiac muscles. Unstraightened muscles, they are also known as involuntary or smooth muscles. And these muscles are not under our control. They are not under our control, and they are unstraightened muscles or smooth muscles. The cells are spindle shaped. Spindle means two sides stepping with a centrally placed nucleus. The nucleus is at the center. They also lack any branch or striations. That means the knots. There is no knots there. Thus known as the unstraightened muscles, and they are uninucleated. Many nucleus are there. Uninucleated. No, sorry. Uni means one single nucleus is there. Two nucleus is there. And these nucleus, these muscles form in the internal organs such as the alimentary canal, stomach, intestine, urinary bladder, and they are responsible for movement of food in the alimentary canal, stomach, uterine or urine from the urinary body, urinary bladder. Now straightened muscles, or which is known as voluntary muscles. So these muscles is at our will. Like this. The muscles we can show you the tongue. This is at our will. That is voluntary muscles. And these muscles are under our control. And the cells of these muscles are long, cylindrical, and unbranched. They have no branching. They have many nucleus, that means nuclei, the plural is, and have dull and wide branches. Thus, these are straightened muscles. The straightened muscles are attached to the bones and enable movement to different body parts. The straightened muscles are formed attached to the skeleton of the head, trunk, and limb region, and therefore are called skeletal muscles. They call also skeletal muscles, and the voluntary nature of these muscles allow the movement of the body parts under our will. This is I can do, that is my will. You can do also as well. I can do like this, you can do like this also. That is your will. That is why it is the voluntary muscle. Well, we have the cardiac muscle. Cardiac muscle is a specialized muscle, and this specialized muscle is tireless. You know, cardiac muscle is found only in the heart. And you know, what is the function of the heart? They pump the blood continuously. As soon as you get the life, the heart starts working. And until and unless a person is dead, the heart goes working, and working. And it is pumping the blood tirelessly. But for what? Because its function is pumping, its structure is different. The specialized tissue called cardiac tissue is present. That is neither straightened muscles nor unstraightened muscles. So how are they? They work continuously, and they are also voluntary in nature. The cells of these tissues are short, cylindrical, branched, and have light glands. Also just the tall glands, and they have centrally placed nucleus. Structurally, cardiac muscle resembles voluntary muscles. However, the muscles are similar in function to the involuntary muscles,
And these muscles help the heart to pump blood to various parts of the body. And they are responsible for rhythmic movement of the heart. And the rhythmic movement of the heart, that is, you see the lap-dub, that is the systole and the diastole, that goes on continuously. Now, after the cardiac muscle, we have the nervous muscle. The nervous muscles of tissues, nervous muscle of tissues. So nerve tissues constitute the nervous system. The system controls and coordinates all the body functions. That means it possesses the brain and the other components. The nervous system is made of the specialized elongated cells called neurons. And to your knowledge, the neurons are the longest cell on the surface of the earth. They are 1 meter, up till 1 meter, approximately 1 meter long. Okay? A neuron is an elongated cell, and that shows two parts: the cell body, which is known as cyton, and dendrons, the projection, from which further divisions come, which are known as the dendrites. And the cell body or cyton is central part of the cell, and there is a nucleus in it. The central part extends all its sides into thread-like branched course dendrites, and then finally dendrites. The dendrites further divided into dendrites. One of these branches is longer than the other, and this is called axon. Axon is covered with myelin sheath, and there are the parts of their which are known as the nodes of gland hair. And finally, these actions bundle together to form a nerve that is connected to the brain and the spinal cord. And they are connected by the terminal branches present at the end. You have the figure 1.9 in your book of a nerve tissue. Watch these and just go through. So, this is all about the chapter where we will go for the exercises. Well, children, we have finished chapter 1, organizing living things, and we are in the exercise to tell you the answers of the questions. And they are as follows. Question number 1, MCQ. Number 1, your answer is option B, the tissue. For number 2, your answer is option A, meristematic tissue. Now, question C, the answer option is C, intercalary tissue. And for number 4, option C, bone is the answer. And for number 5, the option D, nervous tissue is the answer. When we come to the fill in the blanks, you see in the fill in the blanks, number 1, the first fill in the blanks is meristematic tissues. Number 2, there are 2 fill in the blanks in there. First one is lateral meristematic tissue, and the second blank will be the bottom. Question number 3, we have first blank is parenchyma, and the second blank will be ground. Now number 4, the answer first blank is ligament, and number 5, the answer is thrombocytes. Now we come to true and false. In true and false, first one, the answer is false. Second one, the answer is true. Third one, the answer is true. Fourth one, the answer is false. And the fifth one, his answer is true. We come to the drop and level that you have first diagram. It shows first leveling is perforated plates and second leveling is vessel membrane. Second diagram is tracheids and third diagram is fiber. These are all the xylem elements. Now, coming to that part, question number 2 and question number 3. Watch the PDF file and in the website of www.bsnesin. There you find all the answers. With all answers you find again and then copy from there. Question number 3 also see as well, www.bsnes.in. Now we have question E, very short answer type of question. It's known as VSA. The VSA, first answer will be menstruating tissue. Menstruating tissues. Second answer will be apical meristematic tissues. Third answer will be also see the sclerenchyma. And fourth answer will be the cartilage. And the fifth answer will be lymph. These are one-word answers or very short answers. So that is why it's given in this way. Now, if the short answer type. In short answer type, the question is definition. There you find the definition of the tissue, the group of cells that perform a specific function, forms of tissue. That is the answer. While we have question number 2, the answer is 2 main types of plant tissues are number 1 meristematic tissues or growth tissues, and number 2 the permanent tissue. Question number 3, the answers are number 1 apical meristem, number 2 lateral meristematic tissue, and number 3 intercalary meristematic tissue. So apical meristematic tissue, lateral meristematic tissue, and intercalary meristematic tissue. The children, all these questions, MCQ, fill in the blanks, all this, though it is there on the blackboard, yet you can get in that website. All the answers you can get to this website, www.bsnes.in. There you get all this again. You can see if you have any doubts. Thank you. The children, here is the question number 4 and the answer. Well, answer 4. The 2 characteristic features of permanent tissue are number 1, permanent tissues do not divide. Point number 2, they have definite form and size. Now we come to question number 5. The answer, these muscles are under our control, thus they are voluntary in nature. Now we should move to long answer type question, which is known as LSA. Question number 1 and its answer. Number A, parenchyma. Structure. They are isodiametric, that is more or less equally expanded on all directions. They may be oval, spherical or polygonal in shape. They may be elongated also. They have thin cell wall made up of cellulose. They are closely packed or may have intercellular gaps between them. They are living and contain dense cytoplasm, distinct nucleus and large central vacuum. Their location, that means where do we find it? They form ground tissue. Then their functions, storage of food, exchange of gases, carrying photosynthesis, giving mechanical support and transport water and salt, then store waste products. Store waste products. That is for question number 1. We come to question number 1B for collenchyma. The structure. They are elongated, circular, oval or polygonal in cross section. They have irregular thickened cell walls. Irregularly rather thickened cell walls due to deposition of cellulose.
hemicellulose, pectin, etc. No intercellular space is there. Cell walls may have simple pits. They are living, having distinct nucleus and dense cytoplasm. Their location, growing regions below the epidermis, petiole and midrib in dicot plants. They are absent in dicot root, monocot root, stem and leaves. Their function, manufacture of food. They provide flexibility and mechanical support. Coming to see sclerenchyma. The answer, sclerenchyma, the structure is matured and dead cells, long, narrow, thick-walled, tapered ends made up of lignins, have oblique pits and no intercellular space. Their location, stems, roots and veins of leaves. Their function, veins of leaves, seeds and nuts also. Well, their functions, mechanical support, give tensile strength, used in manufacture of ropes and textiles. This is question number 5. Long question 1. This is long question 1. Children, here is the answer of long question answers. Number 2, the answer is there are 2 types of complex permanent tissues are there. Number 1, xylem tissue and number 2, phloem tissue. Number 1, xylem tissue. Xylem helps in conduction of water and minerals, which is known as sap. They form continuous channel through roots, stems, leaves, flowers and fruits. It consists of parenchymatous and sclerenchymatous cells and consists of following elements as well. These are known as xylem elements. The tracheids, elongated cells with tapered ends. The cell wall is thickened with lignin except the pits. This is the diagram of the tracheid and this is the fiber and here is the vessel membrane. The vessels, they are cylindrical tube like cells. The tube-like cells join into it. Tracheids have no protoplasm. Function, upward conduction of water and minerals or mineral salts, that is the sap. Now we come to xylem fiber. The thick-walled cells, no protoplasm, provides strength to the tissue. Number 2, phloem, that helps in the translocation of food materials from leaves to various parts of the plant for growth and storage. It consists of living cells with protoplasm. Now, it composed of sieve cells, phloem parenchyma and phloem fiber. It is composed of sieve cells, phloem parenchyma and phloem fiber. Here is the diagram you see. This is the sieve element where companion cell, sieve plates, sieve areas is there. This is the sieve fiber that makes the phloem elements. Now sieve cells, they are elongated cylindrical and thin walled. Cell walls have minute pores. You see the minute pores are there to sieve the materials. That means to go in and out of materials. They transport prepared food to all parts of the plants. Well, next is phloem parenchyma. They are elongated cells with rolled ends. They are living cells and stores food and starch. Phloem fiber. Cells have pointed or blunt ends. Non-living cells gives mechanical support. Next, we have to know that Xylem and phloem together make vascular bundle. This system extends from roots to leaves. This is all for question number 2. Now, long question answer 3, which is a comparative account of apical meristem and lateral meristem. Apical meristem responsible for growth in height, and lateral meristem responsible for growth of plant thickness. Point number 2, the apical meristem is present at root and shoot, while the lateral meristem is present in between the cells and conduct water and transport food. It is also known as cambia. It is known as cambia. Well, we have number B, the comparison between the xylem and phloem. Point number 1, the xylem helps in conduction of water from root to upper part of the plant. On the other hand, the phloem is responsible for conduction of food materials from the leaves to the different parts of the plant. Point number 2, xylem is made up of the dead cells. Xylem parenchyma is the only living component here. And in phloem, it is made up of living cells and have protoplasm. Next, point number 3, the xylem occurs on the inner side of the vascular bundle. And point number 3, the phloem occurs on the outer side of the vascular bundle. Coming to the comparison between the bone and cartilage. Point number 1, it is a tough, rigid and inelastic part, and cartilage, it is the soft, elastic and flexible. Bone, point 2, it does not have depositions of calcium and phosphorus. On the other hand, the cartilages it contains the deposition of the calcium and phosphorus. Point number 3, it lacks Herbartian canal in the bone. Number 3, a long bone has a number of Herbartian canal systems. Number 4, its matrix lacks blood vessels. And number 4, its matrix is a network of blood vessels. Now, we come to the next comparison, voluntary muscle and involuntary muscle. Number 1, they are under our control, the voluntary muscle. Involuntary muscle, they are not under our control. Number 2, they are long and cylindrical, unbranched and multi-nucleated cells. Here, they are spindle-shaped with centrally placed nucleus. Number 3, have dark and light bands and are called striated muscles. Here they have no bands or striations and are called unstriated muscles. Number 4, attached to bones, that is skeleton, trunk and limb, and are called skeletal muscles. And voluntary involuntary muscles, they are uninucleated, found in the internal organs. Point number 5, provide movement of different body parts at our will. And number 5, for involuntary, they are responsible for movement of food and urine, etc. We come to question number 4. Answer. What are the components of blood? That is, the components of blood are as follows. It contains the straw-colored fluid called plasma, and 3 types of cells are erythrocytes or RBC, leukocytes or WBC, and thrombocytes. The main function of blood is as follows. The transport of different materials like oxygen and nutritive materials to all parts of the body. Question 5. The answer. A neuron is an elongated, approximately 1 meter cell. Shows 2 parts, the cell body or cyton and dendrons. And this is actually the nerve cell, human nerve cell. And human nerve cell
The left legs are, first one is the dendroid. Dendroid comes from dendron, and from there the cell body or cyton. Cyton is having a large nucleus in it and a long, strain which is known as axon. And then this is covered by myelin sheath, and there are gaps in between the myelin sheath which are known as the nodes of Ranvier. And finally, they are going to terminal branchings which attaches this to the another neuron. Thank you. And children, if you have any problems, you can go through the PDF file and through this website, that is www.bsnes.in, and there you can go through this once more to clear your doubts.